Yeah, people, welcome to the podcast, Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man, as voted by Donathan Trumpathan, my favorite felon, one of the greatest felons, the most fantastic felon. That's big news today. Shout out to everyone who we have in the chat room: W Stems, Late Bloomer, Miguel, Kisma, Oh Jeezy, Hunk Boy, Beast, the Super Poop. I appreciate you guys hanging out. We do this podcast every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, right here on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. The current time is 3:34, which means we only started this thing about 3 minutes late. So maybe times are changing. Maybe my New Year's resolutions are working out. Do you guys remember what my New Year's resolution was? It was to eat food with my friends more often. That's going pretty well. And it was also to do a double backflip, either into a foam pit or into a body of water. And guess what? Right now today, it's 101 degrees outside. The Colorado River is only maybe an hour and a half drive. So at some point during the next month or two, we are going for the double backflip into a body of water because nobody makes foam pits anymore. Everywhere I looked in Las Vegas for a foam pit, it's just some place made for little babies. They act like adults don't want to jump on trampolines too. I'm trying to get, listen, maybe 7-8 beers in me or 2 steel reserves. I'm trying to go trampoline jumping. I'm trying to do a Ninja Warrior course. There needs to be a basketball hoop somewhere to where I can jump, front flip, and try to slam dunk, and a foam pit, of course. And it needs to be cleanly place. There needs to be no children allowed. I'm trying to say all the mean words that you're not allowed to say around kids. Remember, I went to a baseball game the other day. Or no, it was a hockey game. I kept saying, get his fucking ass, fuck him up, beat his fucking ass. And some dad was like, hey, you know there's kids here, right? And I was like, hey, I thought this was America. But then again, it's hockey, so this is kind of Canada. I'm kind of in your house. Sorry about that, eh? I'll hold back a little bit on the hoser remarks, eh? What have I been doing this week? Well, let's start with last weekend. I made smash burgers, had some friends in town, made some smash burgers with some cheese, made my own sauce. What did we even put in the sauce? The burger sauce was like kind of like an In-N-Out sauce. I think for them, they do like mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, relish, and then maybe like a couple of spices. Oh, no, we're not putting no damn ketchup. Is not allowed in my house. First off, we did some mayonnaise, doing some garlic powder. We did Dijon mustard with horseradish. I did a little bit of jalapeno juice in it to make more acid to make up for the pickles they usually put. Man, my shit was good. A little bit of hot sauce in there instead of ketchup. A little spice on there. We had the cheese, the burger, the spice. Oh, bacon. I set my Blackstone grill on a slant. So usually the bacon grease would go into like the grease trap. Oh, nah, dude. I'm not wasting that. A grease trap full of bacon fat? No. I tilted that bitch. So the fat just stayed next to me. So that way, if I wanted to toast a bun, I could get it all toasty and some bacon fat, get that motherfucker a little bit medium brown on it. Boom. Burger, cheese, sauce, bacon, and then somebody forgot to bring out the goddamn avocados. Piece of shit. It was great food. Very heavy burgers, man. I always tell you guys, I'm trying to eat healthy. But I'm not. I haven't been eating healthy for 2 weeks. I have nothing green in my fridge right now. I got some ground beef and burritos and some prison wine. By the way, I'm going to try to have some people over tomorrow for UFC. And I was thinking about calling it Prison Hooch for Poirier. That would be the event. Maybe I'll make like a little Facebook event and invite all my real life friends. Anyways, what else has been going on this week? Well, I slept wrong on my neck, and I shouldn't say I slept wrong because I didn't really get much sleep this week, and I'll explain why a little bit later, but my neck was badly injured Monday night Tuesday night, still hurting. Wednesday, I got on a skateboard, did some skateboarding tricks. My neck was still hurt, but I was able to push through the pain for my skateboarding trick, which uploaded today on youtube.com/ninja lifestyle, also called ninjalifestyle.com. You guys can check that out. I did a pivot fakie, which is like a 5-0 to fakie, but instead of just coming out fakie, I did a shove. And what inspired me to try that this week was I saw, if you guys remember, the skateboarding channel, Metro Skateboarding. It was a YouTube channel that eventually got wildly popular on Instagram. And it was also a skate shop, I believe. And at some point, they changed all that around. But the guy that runs it, Joel, he's, I think, a little older than me. But that motherfucker can shred. He's great at transition, great at bowls and mini ramps. And he's really good at the, I don't know if you guys want to call it pivot shove fakie or pivot fakie shove or 5-0 shove fakie. Whatever you call the trick, I was able to land one. And it feels good because I tried to learn this trick maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. And I tried to learn it on something much smaller. But the difference was I was like 30 pounds fatter or like 25 pounds fatter when I tried it last time. So I had no skate confidence. I was worried about like my balance was really bad. And also I was trying it on something that had no coping. And adding coping to the mix was great. Also my ramp, I'm getting more and more used to it. And I think it may look like a 3.5 foot ramp, but it's only 2.5 feet. And I think that's the perfect, absolute perfect height for a ramp. But when you think about 2.5 feet, you think, oh, that doesn't seem very high. Actually, it might be 3 feet. I might be messing it up. You're like, that doesn't seem very high. 2.5 feet, 3 feet is the perfect height for a mini ramp when you don't want to worry about impact. And you're probably thinking like, oh, it's a ramp. How could there be impact? You're going to fall sometimes, man. Especially you think about wheel bite and then tumbling. It's a little easier to tumble from 2.5 feet than to tumble from 5 feet, which a lot of people, 5 feet is their ideal mini ramp. But for me, I'm getting a little older in my career. That's not what I want to do. What else has been going on? I thought of a story that I wanted to share with you guys. This happened many years ago, maybe 15 years ago. I was at a skateboarding competition, and it was at a public park, a skate park, and next to the park was a bathroom, and I really had to take a shit. So I get to the skateboard contest. I high five everybody. I say, hey, everybody, I'll be right back. You know, I got to go take a shit. I'm going to skate across the street, go use the bathroom over there. Skate over there, get to the bathroom, walk around the building, try to go to the door of the public bathroom, which is at a, public park. It's a Saturday. It's like 11 a.m. And I get there and it's locked with these prison bars. There's prison bars on there. And I'm like, dude, I really got to shit, and there's nowhere to go. So I look to my left, I look to my right, and I took a shit right there on the ground as a form of protest. I wanted them to know it was me, and I wanted them to know why I shit here. I would have loved to have shit 10 feet away inside the bathroom. That's where I would have loved to have shit, but no, wasn't able to do that. Late Bloomer says, how did you wipe? Don't worry, I always have toilet paper in my car for just such an occasion. But let me explain to you how I took a shit on the ground. I put my pants down to my ankles. I leaned down against like the wall, and I started shitting. Little did I know that every time you shit, you also pee a little bit. So as I was shitting, I didn't think about what was going on in the front section, and then my dick just started peeing. Now, everyone knows that happens, but sometimes you forget in the heat of the moment. I was only focused on one thing. I forgot about the obvious, repercussions of step 1 being step 2, I started peeing. So I pissed all over my pants while I was shitting on the ground. And also, by the way, whoever found that shit, it didn't take much detective work for them to know that I wanted to do the right thing. I would have loved to do the right thing, walk inside the bathroom and shit like a normal person. But someone didn't show up to work that day to unlock the door. So now that you didn't show up for work, now you have double the amount of work. Now you have to clean up this doo-doo on the ground after you unlock the door. Anyways, I was thinking to myself, man, every time I shit, I pee. And then I thought about, what if it was backwards? What if every time I peed, I shit? That'd make life a lot more difficult. They would have to reshape. First off, every time there'd be no more standing up. Like going to the bathroom and standing up there would be no more of that. That would be out the window. Or if you did, like just say out of like your grandfathered in, or you just out of respect, you still wanted to stand up while you peed, they would have to completely change the way a urinal works. You would have to probably go into like a small hallway and like scooch in sideways. And then while you're pissing, also shit. At that point, you're just, you're being stubborn. You should probably just go sit down on the toilet. But a lot of dudes are like, I'm not sitting down when I pee, goddammit, I'm a man. I only pee standing up. Say, well, what about if it's late at night? What if you're, what if it's dark? What if you don't turn on any lights? What if again, what if it was backwards? You never know. Things change. Also, if really like thought-provoking stuff here today, guys. Take notes. Real science experiment. We're really curing cancer with this podcast. Also, since now every time you use the bathroom you have to sit down, and if every time you pee you also shit, we should just change it to, instead of calling it sitting down, it should just be called you're shitting down, because there'd be no other reason. There wouldn't be. Every time you're in there, you're shitting now. Like, you could be shitting in that would be a solo situation, but if you're pissing, you're also automatically shitting. Okay, you guys get the gist. You know what? I've been smoking too much weed. These are the type of things that I think about. So, that's what's been going on. A lot of mosquitoes. Speaking of, nice segue. A lot of mosquitoes out lately, and I don't know why. I don't know where these damn mosquitoes are coming from, but they're about to piss me off, goddammit. There's no water. Like, last year around this time, it rained, and it rained for 5 days. And then, the ground stayed wet for months, and there was mosquitoes everywhere. But right now, it hasn't rained in a long time. It's very hot outside, 101 degrees. The mosquitoes don't like that type of weather. The Las Vegas mosquitoes are a different breed, because you can't hear them. They don't go bzzz. They're silent. They got suppressors on them. And also they fly low to the ground, so you don't get bit on your neck, your arms, back of your neck. You only get bit on your ankles. And they don't bite you once. They go bed bug style. And then they call all their buddies. And they start flying around. You don't even feel them. Right? I don't have the hairiest legs, but I got hair on my legs. And usually I think that's why we have hair as humans, is to feel bugs crawling on us. Sometimes I feel a bug crawling on me and there's nothing there. But I feel like if these mosquitoes are attacking me as much as they are, because I see the leftovers, and my legs start itching, there's lumps all over them, I don't feel them at all. These are some real ninja-ass mosquitoes. But those guys are pissing me off, man. And what am I paying taxes for if I still got to deal with mosquitoes, is my point. Would you guys like to win a free sticker pack, a free Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack shipped directly to you as long as you live in the great country of America? Yeah, I would love to win some stickers. Well, you came to the right podcast, the only podcast in the world that gives away weekly free Ninja Lifestyle stickers. All you have to do is answer this question correctly. Now, potato chips. In Britain, what do they call potato chips? In fact, as far back as 1929, this word referred to the first ever potato chip. Love My Toe says crisps. Crisps. Some people will say chips, but it's crips. We crippin', dog. Crips. What? Okay. Give me a break. I wish. Hey, can we just call them Crips from now on? Let's get some potato Crips, cuz. Okay. We're gonna leave that one in. Sometimes when I stutter or say the wrong words, I edit it out of the podcast. That one's gonna stay. Love My Toe after the podcast. send me your address. I probably still have it in my DMs from you one, I think, a few weeks ago. Anyways, the reason I thought about potato chips is because yesterday some punk-ass Lay's Limon potato chip. I don't know how you guys eat potato chips. I grab like 50 of them at once and just shove them all into my mouth. I've never taken a single bite of a potato chip. I've never been like, oh, one bite, crunch. I take 15 chips, I smash them into my mouth, and usually like half of them don't go in and they fall into my lap, and I eat little pieces off my lap because I'm a fat fucking slob. So this Lay's potato chip the other day fucking got me, dude. I was putting like 3 of them in my mouth at once, and one of them pulled out a switchblade and sliced the side of my mouth open, right on the crease right here. I don't know what you call that part of your mouth. The part that, the corner of my mouth. The part that would be like the A-frame, it'd be the top of the A. I don't know what you call it. Think about that little thing on your keyboard that's next to the comma. The end of the arrow. Motherfucker, a potato chip cut my goddamn mouth open. I was bleeding. And it made me think of a Keenan and Kel episode about someone dropping a screw into a can of tuna. And motherfucker, I'm trying to sue Lay's. Here's what I should do. I should hire a lawyer. We should start off looking for damages in the realm of like $20 million. And if at some point they say, we'll give you $60 and a free bag of chips. At that point, I say, settled. I'm in. We have now come to an agreement. We started at 20 million. We met in the middle at $60. You guys are fine. There's no more going to be a smear campaign against the deadly knife-wielding chips. And I'm happy we got to do this negotiation. So, yeah, I cut my mouth on a chip, and Love My Toe is the champion of the podcast today. What else has been going on? Made some changes to my YouTube channel. Started uploading YouTube shorts to my second channel, Steve Hates Skating. I'll tell you why this is genius. I upload shorts to Steve Hates Skating, which that Instagram and YouTube channel is not yet shadow banned. I upload things to that channel that point back to my Ninja Lifestyle channel, which is shadow banned, which will drive all the current new traffic from Steve Hates Skating back into Ninja Lifestyle. So hopefully we can get the ball rolling. No one quite understands how the algorithm works, but that's kind of the idea of starting shorts, and it's added an extra 2 or 3 hours to my work week, but let's be honest, I wasn't really doing that much work anyways. I filmed Ninja Review in like one day, so it's 1 day of work, and I edit it usually on the same day, and that's 3 or 4 episodes usually. I film, edit, get thumbnails ready, and then they're ready to go. So now I have to get shorts, I have to find the funniest parts, I have to find only the negative parts of each review, make them vertical, pan and crop it, add my face to the bottom, and then upload that as a short and make it vertical, which is a real fucking mess. I don't know how people are doing it. I found some programs online where you can drag your face over and layer it correctly, but doing that in the editing program is a fucking bitch. So I'm going to have to find a workaround for that eventually. Speaking of Steve Hates Skating, just in case some of you did not know, I have an Instagram account called Steve Hates Skating. That's the at Steve Hates Skating. It's only my negative thoughts about skating. There's a lot of hate on T-Funk, a lot of people that drag their toes, making fun of Street League, female skaters, one of my favorite things to talk shit about because they're all so terrible at the sport of skateboarding. I make jokes about the kids who wear the dress code pants and the weird Pinocchio outfits and people that film bad. Basically, all the negative things about skating that exist right now, I talk about on this channel. And all the scooter riders of the past. Remember I had on my Ninja Lifestyle channel a series where I would just make fun of scooter riders because it's so easy to ruffle their feathers and get them all mad and bothered, and now they get mad and they leave all the comments and they keep watching your videos over and over and over again, commenting saying, I don't like this, you suck, you're not funny, you're lame. Well, that type of childish and pussified mentality has now carried over into skateboarders. And I love it. You guys know I love attention, whether it's good attention, bad attention. I mean, this is coming from the guy that shit his pants on stream multiple times. I love the attention. I don't care if you're making fun of me, as long as we're hanging out. Like, if I think it's funny, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Anyways, I've been trolling so hard on this new account, and the skateboarders are so fucking mad. And I've started screenshotting the things that they say that are like when they lose their composure and they say things that they're going to regret later. I've been screenshotting it, posting it all on that channel. And also, I'm kind of flirting with the idea on this channel. Since Ninja Lifestyle has been shadow banned for so long, the current generation of skateboarders has no idea who I am. Even though I was one of the originators of social media in the sport of skateboarding. You know, I was one of the first people to do daily vlog style videos. One of the first guys to do the rapping as part. One of the first guys to do, what else? Skating podcast about only the internet and not about pros. First skater to go full, like, off-topic channel, you know? So a lot of people don't realize that I was one of the originators of skateboarding in social media. And this goes all the way back before MySpace even. You know, I was on IRC hating on skaters publicly, and that was part of my shtick. So the new generation has no idea who I am, so they're just saying the funniest things. Like, oh, you're copying Gifted Hater, and I'm like, my bit, it comes about 20 years before he got online. Like, oh, you're copying Wrecking Ball, and I'm like, my shtick was 12 years before Instagram was ever invented. You're copying this, you're copying this, you're copying this. And it's so funny because half of them know that I skate. A lot of them are like, you don't even skate, you've never even ollied. And it's great because I bait them into saying that. I put a video of me doing a pop shove it on flat ground and falling down as like the bait, and everyone's like, see, I knew you can't skate. I can tell. I knew you didn't skate. Obviously, you've never skated in your whole life. And it's this battle between the people that know, you know, like my skating sort of like resume, and the people that don't. And they get to talking to each other, and I sit back and they go, you don't even know you don't even know that he skates. They go, oh, I can tell. He can't shove it. No, you don't realize he can do all these tricks. He can't do any tricks. And the comments are going, and the algorithm is getting boosted, and the reels are off the charts. And no, I'm holding back on posting footage of me. I just give them little hints. I keep leaving little hints without telling them. Today, a kid was like, you can never kickflip front nose. And I was like, oh, not only have I done it, I've done it cleaner than the guy in the Adidas video. I've done it on rails, stairs, ledges, hubbas. I've done it many times in many different videos all over my YouTube channel. And the guy's like, well, send it. And I go, well, go find it. And I go, well, that means you didn't do it. And I'm like, no. You want to see it so bad. You go find it. And then it brings even more traffic to the YouTube. So I've come up with this idea right now that is, it's really getting its wheels going. So if you guys haven't followed yet, just for the comments, just click the shit and read the comments, and pick a side. Pick if you want to like try to offend me, or pick if you want to defend me. Either way, it's my new favorite thing to do when I wake up every morning. I roll over and I look at it, and it goes 80 new comments. And I go, damn, I've only been asleep for 6 hours. I have 80 people that I made mad because I said that cuffed pants are lame. You know, you always know, like if I say a skater sucks, you always know that you're getting close to the truth when people start going, no, that's not true. That's not true. One kid today said, there's no possible way anyone could learn how to skate switch in 2 years. It's impossible from what I've seen. And it's just obviously like, oh, okay, well, my comment back is like, I'm sorry all your friends suck. You know, like clearly you haven't seen any real skateboarders, and that's not my fault. That's a you issue. If you think that what me and all my friends and everyone in California and the rest of real hardcore skateboarders, if you think what they've achieved is, quote, impossible, it would probably be a good time to quit the sport, because this is just the beginning. If step one was impossible, like, how could I compare this to like getting a job? Like, okay, I want to become the manager of Taco Bell, but I have to start off with sweeping the floor. After I sweep the floor, Then I get to stack the papers that they wrap the food in. Then I get to maybe work the grill. Then if I'm lucky, I get to learn the cash register. Then at the very top, I get to do drive-through. So I get the cool headset. Then after that, maybe I become like the shift manager. Then after that, I become regional manager. Like, there's all these steps to achieving your Taco Bell goal. Well, if you roll up to Taco Bell and you go, but sweeping the floor is impossible. It's really hard to do. My advice for you would be to get out of the industry right now, because that was step one. All right, if the first 2 years of skating, if it's already too hard for you to learn some basic tricks, quit now, because it's not going to get any better. Also, why wait until pussy falls into your lap? Why not start like chasing pussy now? Because most people, when they first see tits, if they already suck at skating, that's when they decide to focus on that. Why not quit skating now? Go focus on tits now, and you might lose your virginity before the age of 29. You know, like I'm doing you a favor by bullying people online. I don't know why people don't see it like that. I told you guys earlier, I have not been getting much sleep, and it's because my roof had a bunch of wind damage, because earlier this year, it rained a ton, more than I've ever seen it rain in Las Vegas, in the middle of the desert. And right after raining, we got these insane heavy winds that knocked down all the trees in Las Vegas are broken. Trees are falling onto houses. Signs of strip malls are falling down. Windows are blowing off. Our pets' heads are falling off, and I got fucked. So insurance, my house insurance, decided that actually I got a guy. A guy came to my house and told me he could get insurance to pay for wind damage, and he did. $11,000 roofing job where they change out rotted wood and they reshingle the whole top. We're getting it completed for about $1,100, so for 10% of the actual price, which is great. But here's the thing: they show up at 5:30 a.m. and I know roofing is not a quiet job, but I got a group of angry ass roofers, bro. They showed up and immediately just started breaking the shit out of everything. Now I know they have to scrape off the shingles and get out all the nails and screws. I know that they have to push off all the siding around the edges. I have a bunch of water air vents that go up, and I have fans, and then I have a washer and dryer that needs vents. So there's a bunch of vents up there. They changed out all the vents. It's a big job. They got it done in probably 13, 14 hours of work. So over a 2-day period. But here's what happened. They changed out all of the rotted wood, and there was probably about 6 panels of rotten wood. Not all together, but it costed us 6 extra panels of brand new plywood or OSB, whatever it is. So they got all that done, and then they put a tarp over it to act as a barrier between the wood and the shingles. And then it was good to go, ready for shingles. Everything was great. I got up there, I walked around. The wood's a little soft, but in most spots, the areas that were very soft and shitty before now are good and healthy. Then they bring in the shingles at 5:30 p.m. on a crane. They lifted these big pallets of shingles. Each box of shingles is 40, 50 pounds. And it's kind of shaped like a skateboard box. If you've ever had a box shaped like a skateboard. These motherfuckers took this shit off the pallet. I swear to God, they thought they were Rey Mysterio Jr. They thought they were Kevin Nash slamming Rey Mysterio Jr. into a power bomb, because they grabbed these 50-pound blocks and they started dropping them all over both the new wood and the old wood, and they broke the fuck out of some old wood after everything was already straightened out. So it's just bad luck. And I told the roofing guy, he doesn't seem to care that much, and it's not a big deal, and we are saving a lot of money. But my God, dude, I can't imagine just having a job and not giving a fuck that much. For me, the equivalent of, after all the wood is fixed, to then grab a 50-pound block and throw it onto my roof, that's the equivalent of spitting in someone's food. Like, you must really not like your job. And I didn't make you work late, dude. Or maybe you're too weak to hold the box of tiles. Get a bigger guy to help you, or get 2 people to do it. And so yeah, they made a big fucking crack in my roof, and they're not gonna fix it. Also, I have in my middle bathroom, like my guest bathroom, I guess, I have a fan. You turn on the fan, and it blows air from the inside house into the outside of the house. At some point, that fan got mashed. Like, it goes into a pipe. Someone must have hit it or kicked it or blasted it, because it mashed out the top of my drywall up there, or sheetrock, whatever. And the fan came crushing down. So now I have a huge crack broken in the middle of my bathroom on the roof that they said they're going to pay for. We'll see. Well, they're supposed to send somebody to repair that. So I pushed it all back in. I got it looking pretty good, because I didn't want to leave it like that for when they reshingle, because if they leave the pipe up there and then I try to push it up after it's reshingled, I'm going to push all the shingles up. So I pushed it all back in. It should be good to go. It should be quick plaster, or maybe redo the drywall, and then they'll paint the roof. Painting the roof is another one, man. Another issue. If I'm dealing with people that don't care about their jobs, they're gonna drip paint everywhere now. So home repair, especially roofing, I'm kind of now looking at roofing the kind of the way that people look at when they don't trust mechanics. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I showed up here and all I wanted was an oil change. Now when I left, my tire's fucked. Like, well, how did that happen? Why is my tire fucked now? All I needed was an oil change. You must have fucked something. Or they say, oh, it looks like you need to do this. It's going to be a problem pretty soon. And you go, not a problem. It's fine. And then you pull out and your car starts smoking and you go, dude, my car is smoking now. And they go, yeah, see, I said it would be a problem. And you're like, no, my car wasn't smoking before. My car was fine until you fucked up the oil change. So that's kind of how I feel about the roof. You know, after they changed all the wood out, the roof was fine. And the second crew, the crane crew, came in and they broke all the hard work of the other guys. And that has me thinking too. You know, they're all Hispanic. Maybe they're looking out for each other saying, you know what? If we fuck up this roof a little bit before it's all the way fixed, maybe we can get ourselves some more work. Or at least, even if it's not me, one of my cousins now is going to get some work, because this area is going to need to be re-roofed in 5 years. You know what I mean? So, like, fuck. Just some bullshit, man. Yeah, the vent broke. They broke the fuck out of the side over there. And it's not that bad. But it's also, for me, it's a problem that would have saved, that was already fixed, and now a new problem exists, not because of incompetence. A new problem exists because of laziness. Or just not give a fuck attitude. Someone had an I don't give a fuck attitude. They said, it's not my roof. Like, why do I give a fuck? And smashed a fucking hole in the roof. So that's annoying. I realized late last night that one of them left one of their ladders here. I was going to use that as my collateral. Like, yeah, I'll give you your ladder back if you figure out what's wrong with this one little area. And also, I have footage from my camera, my security camera in there. You can hear the wood crack. So I'm going to send that to the contractor too, if he asks about it. So yeah, a lot of stress, very little sleep, but that's what's been going on. And whatever, I get a new roof. It's less likely to leak. And if it does leak, I won't find out about it for a long time, because now I have a better wood up there too. The shingles have 20-year warranty, whatever. I know you guys didn't ask. Let's talk about roofing for the next half hour. What else has been going on? That's all I have for topics right now, but I did want to share with you guys what I've been watching this week. I started the TV show Tires, which is written by partially, what the fuck is his name? Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis is like really popular comedian right now, has a really unique style of comedy, and it's really apparent that he's doing a lot of the writing in this show Tires. If you like dry humor, it's pretty good. If you like crude guy jokes, dude, it's pretty good. And also, if you like the idea of a joke that never ends, like you never know when the end of the joke is happening, so it kind of like keeps you going, and right when you think the joke is over, it hits you one more time. I love that idea, like that part of comedy, and I'm really liking the show, especially when I smoke some weed. But I will tell you guys that watch one episode. If you don't like it after one episode, then I promise you're not going to like it. But it's worth one episode. I think I have only 2 episodes left, so I've been enjoying it. I also started the movie King Richard, which is about Venus and Serena Williams becoming pro tennis players as a kid. It stars Will Smith, I'm not a big Will Smith fan since the slapping incident. I thought that was a real bitch-made thing to do. I think he lost a lot of fans. But I used to name Will Smith as, one of my top 5 actors. He might still be in my top 5 actors, but he's a little bitch for that slapping Chris Rock shit. Anyways, the movie is really corny. As I'm watching the whole movie, I'm just like, yeah, Will Smith is being a great actor, and the story's compelling, but there's no way this is how it went down. They took a lot of liberties. Not that I watch those documentaries and think everything's going to be perfect, right? Like, I know Purple Rain's not perfect. I know Walk the Line's not perfect. I know The Dirt is not perfect. I know Rocket Man is not perfect. What's the other good one? What's the one about Queen? I know that they're not perfect documentaries, but at the same time, this shit just seems so far-fetched, some of it, that I kind of lost interest. So I still have 15 minutes left in the show. I'll watch it later. But if you guys are kind of interested in, if you guys are even vaguely interested in maybe an exaggerated version of the story of how Venus and Serena Williams became pros. Also, there's a lot of details in there I didn't know. Maybe you guys could check it out. It's okay. Tires, King Richard, that's what I've been watching. Anyways, that's all I got for today's podcast. We made it 40 minutes. Then again, in the middle of this podcast, my dog started barking, so I can't wait to edit that part out. Anyways, can I get a hell yeah from everyone who is still here in the chat? If you tuned in late, don't worry. A repeat of this podcast comes out on Sunday, early in the morning, just in time for your drive to work on Monday. It comes out on several platforms: iTunes, YouTube, Podbean, Spotify, iTunes podcast app, anywhere where podcasts can be found. You can find this show, Stop Crying Poser, the greatest podcast known to man. I would have appreciated it if I got any donations today. No donations today, but yesterday live on stream we made $50. So you know what? I appreciate the support. It's okay. Nobody has any money anymore these days. No one has any money. I was trying to go to El Pollo Loco yesterday because I got it right here. I had a $2 off coupon. Well, guess what? $2 off a $12 salad is still $10 fucking dollars. Bro, it's chicken and lettuce. How is that $10 fucking dollars? Anyways, if you don't have any money, don't worry. I don't need to take your money. What you can do to support the podcast is A, go follow my Instagram, Steve Hates Skating, and B, tell a friend about the podcast. Also, if you have iTunes, go onto iTunes, check out my podcast, and leave a positive review. 10 out of 10 stars. Say that I'm funny and handsome and that I have a giant dick. None of those are lies, especially if you know about my dick. So go on there, give me some high ratings. Maybe that'll boost the algorithm. Follow my new Instagram. Shout out to Cool Ranch Dorito, Oh Jeezy, Late Bloomer, Hunk Boy Fresh, Love My Toe, and WNS Stems. The stream is not over, but the podcast will be over soon. If you didn't know, maybe you're watching this on YouTube for your first time. I stream on Twitch 5 days a week, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So follow me on Twitch if you haven't. I hope everyone has a great weekend out there. Stay out of the sun. And as I always say, don't drink too much, but don't drink too little. One more thing. Try in the next couple days, try to take a shit without pissing. And then if you can, try to sneeze while you're doing that and keep your eyes open the whole time. And then you'll find the meaning of life. Cool.